because of the desire of my parents to teach children about God wherever they go. So they gathered 7 children in front of our neighbor, and some of them are street children. On the second week, the number of children were doubled. And because of that, our neighbors started to complain because the place was too small for them and they are blocking the way. So, nakakaharang po sila sa daan kasi maliit lang yung daanan po doon sa 11th Drive. So that is why on the third meeting, they decided to use our house as their place of meeting. They also encouraged the children to bring their parents for we will be having a regular Sunday service in our house. So most of them responded to the invitation. So the first regular Sunday service was done successfully. During that time, the church was affiliated to Jesus the Living Water Worldwide Church. Every now and then, Pastor June asked them to help the church since we are growing in numbers and our home can no longer accommodate the numbers of people attending the service. However, the request was never heard despite the fact that we are giving them the 20% of our tithes. So Pastor June decided to cut the affiliation and become an independent church that is now bearing the name Baesa Community Christian Church and was registered in Security and Exchange Commission, or also known as SEC. So last August 2013, we celebrated our very first anniversary. On our second year, some Korean friends of my sister, si Chacha, which is nasa Amerika po ngayon, asked her if they can visit the church and stay with us during their mission. So we opened our house for them. And that is where the partnership with the Faith Church Korea began through the leadership of Reverend Manyon Che. They saw the situation of our church, so they prayed to God and started to help the church finances. Because of the success of their first mission, they prayed and decided to come back again. Once again, the mission was successful through the faithfulness of our God and the help of all the members. But before going home, they gave Pastor June 40,000 pesos as a down payment for the Ligaya Church lot. However, the owner has no land title, so they decided not to purchase the land. At the same time, we, the Baesa Community Christian Church, is also praying for a bigger place for service. We have found a place and the rent was 10,000 per month. So Pastor June asked permission from Reverend Che to use the 40,000 pesos as a down payment for the new place. And the request was granted. Pastor Che also told Pastor June to make a letter for the members of the Faith Church for the sponsorship of the monthly rental and for the sponsorship of children. Through the years, we are very much thankful that God has used the Faith Church as an instrument of His blessing to our church here in the Philippines. In the year 2019, the world experienced hardship because of the pandemic. Many people have died, and during that time, we also lose the life of our pastor due to cardiac arrest and chronic diabetes. Even though he is no longer with us, what God imparted in his heart still remain and will still continue. There is no doubt that he was a good and faithful servant of God. We are the evidence of his service. Despite the hardship and loss this church experienced, I believe that God has raised and will raise new leaders. As God as our foundation, together with the help of our church leader and our pastor, Julito Venus, who is now our guest speaker and a part-time pastor of the Baesa Community Christian Church. We must stay strong and faithful as our God is also faithful and true to His words and promises. Just like what Isaiah said, those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagle. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. A blessed 10th year anniversary to everyone. To God be the glory.